Let's talk about basic stuff again, your profile. The biggest shift that's going on right now in a social media world is that a single individual can go out there and have the power to reach as many eyeballs as maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it would take million-dollar corporate budgets to do. Think about it. If you wanted to get awareness 10 years ago, you'd have to go buy radio spots, television spots, print ads, take out the USA Today. That's the only way you could reach that many eyeballs. Today, you can create some stupid video of you doing something corny on YouTube and like 50 million people watch it. Who knows what I'm talking about? You guys have all watched that video. Right? You have that power, okay? You have that power. Now, because you have that power, your persona online becomes very important. I explain it this way. Your profile is an extension of your brand. A lot of you guys are like, I didn't know I had a brand. You have a brand. Everybody say, I have a brand. I have a brand. Now, my question is, you have a brand, whether you knew it or not. A brand is something that elicits a feeling. It elicits a what? When you think Visalis, can you tie feelings to that word Visalis? Yes or no? When you think Apple, can you tie feelings to Apple? Yes or no? When you think Harley Davidson, can you tie feelings to Harley Davidson? Yes or no? Wow. When I think you, what do I feel? When I go to your page or your profile, how do I feel? Because people are going to judge a book by its cover. No matter how much we say don't, people judge books by their what? They're judging you. As a matter of fact, they're judging you the second that they land on your profile. Your profile is your public-facing image on Facebook. It is your website. It is your brand. It is what you're driving prospects to. And how quick are they going to decide if they like you or not? Everybody do this. That was just cool. Do that again. If you guys fall asleep, I'm going to make you all do the Carlton. Specifically, guys, your cover photo. Now, I'm going to speak to Timeline. How many of you guys have upgraded your Facebook account to Timeline? Okay. Most in the room. Good. And most people are going to make this transition. I'm going to talk about Timeline. For those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, Facebook's making a shift to kind of a new look and feel they call Facebook Timeline. Although everything I teach is still relevant to your existing profile, okay? Timeline has a new concept called the cover image. It's the giant image on the top of the page. Who knows what I'm talking about? Right now, if I went to your page and I looked at that image, what image is there? And am I going to make an assumption very quickly just based on the image you have on your page, yes or no? If I now scroll after I looked at that image, I'm going to look at your little profile pic. This is what you do as a user. Image, interesting. Profile pic, who is this, right? As a user, do we do this? Then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to look at everything that's on your page. I'm going to look at your posts. I'm going to look at your content. If that interests me, I might click on your photos and scroll through your photos. If that interests me, I might click on your videos. Who, as a user, you got to be all honest in the room, who as a user has gone to someone's page, you saw a post, you went to the profiler page, you looked at the cover photo, you looked at that photo, you looked interested, and you started diving into all their photos. Honesty, 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 honesty. Look at all the stalkers in the room. Everybody does. Which means your prospects do. Which means people are watching you every single day. And your job is to build the net you want. Marketers control people's perceptions. That's what we do. You control people's what? Perceptions. Cover photo, profile pic, content you post, photo galleries, video galleries, your info. Some of you guys haven't updated the info on your Facebook page since you worked 2 career jobs ago, right? I mean, but people are looking at this. Does it have your website on it? Does it talk about the Body by Challenge? If I went to your information right now, would I be interested in learning who you are? Is this important stuff? Yes or no? If you don't set your profile up correctly, nothing else matters. Because I can show you how to drive people to it all day long, but if they bounce right off it every time they look at it because they don't associate with you, you're not going to get the results you're looking for. So it's important we set ourselves up for success. Can we do this? One little tip on there, guys, and it's a setting thing. It's not an exciting thing, but it's an important thing. I showed you on your documents how to block your friend list. This is important. Okay, I put it down at the bottom there. It says privacy. Told you how to do it on a profile. Told you how to do it on timeline. Okay, they're walking through it up here as well. It's real simple. Just click the buttons that are on there. You're able to set your privacy settings so only you can see your friends. The reason this is important is because the tips that I'm giving you, inevitably this video is going to get out to competition. It's going to get out to other people, and I don't want them using the tips that I'm teaching you on you. Does that make sense to all of you guys? Which means you got to protect your network. Everybody say, protect my friends. No, say, I'm going to protect my friends. So you want to make sure you change your privacy settings. Can we do this? Say yes. Let's talk more specifically about timeline. Okay. In the world of Facebook timeline, the most important thing is your cover photo, the giant photo on the top. You need a good one. You guys, in the world of timeline, images rule. Photos take over everything. We are moving, social media guys, it's moving to a more image or photo-driven technology. It's going to be less about language, less about words. It's going to be more about photos. More about what? You guys need to be very strategic because marketers control people's what? Control our what? What perception are you going to create? What feeling are you going to create from that cover photo? If you take a photo outside with you standing there and 500 BMWs all around you, does that convey a message? Yeah. If you take a photo from the main stage at break, right, with the giant screen behind you, does that convey a message? If you take a photo sitting there mixing a shake, how many of you guys have good before and after photos? If you're willing, my opinion, purely my opinion, the best thing you could do is take your before, your 30-day, your 60-day, your 90-day, string them atop the cross of your timeline, and everybody can see your transformation right there. If you have a good transformation, are people going to get what you're about instantly when they hit your page? Yes or no? Can we do this? You guys, if you have people in your group that have great transformations, and I can't see them on the top of their page, they are working too hard. Think about it. If someone wants to lose weight and get fit, and they go to your page and they saw that you did that, what's the first thing they're going to ask you? Isn't that what you want them to ask? So why not put a photo right on your page that every eyeball that goes there that has an interest asks you that question? Everybody say, aha. Got to think like a marketer. Got to think like a what? I am in a room of promoters, right? Am I in a room of promoters? Couple tips on timeline. Let's talk about, this is a big one. You guys, timeline, what it just did, for those of you guys that don't know, is it takes everything you have ever posted on Facebook, and it makes it accessible to everyone. You can literally scroll through every post you have made since the inception of your profile. For some of you, this is scary. Think about it. Think about stuff you posted last year, the year before, that one night where you're like, I posted that? It's all there. Clean it up. You need to go through your timeline and clean. If it's not the perception you want to give out, delete it. If it's not the brand you want to have out there, delete it. Because the timeline just made, you guys, it took everything you have and threw it on the internet, and all someone has to do is scroll through months and years to see what you were doing on this same day 5 years ago. How many of you guys right now are thinking of all those images you need to go delete? Other couple tips on timeline. There's a concept called highlight. This is interesting. What highlight allows you to do is it allows you to go to your timeline, and there's a little upper box, and you can click on that. You can see what you were doing in a little star. Click highlight. What it does is it makes it bigger. It makes it what? So you can decide. This is a promoter's dream. You can decide what you want your prospects' eyeballs to look at. So if there's a certain image, a certain video, a certain picture, and you want to make it bigger, what button are you going to click? What button are you going to click? This is amazing. You guys, this is making our lives so much. I want my prospects to see that. Click. Big. Everybody's ADD. They hit your page, they're going to ignore all the posts. They're going to ignore all your copy. Their eyeballs go straight to whatever you highlighted. True? So highlight what you want them to look at. There's another thing on timeline. It's called pin to the top. This is another great feature for us as promoters out there. One of the problems of old Facebook is you post and all the stuff that you posted gets buried very, very quickly. You guys know what I'm talking about? Push down your page. Pin to the top is exactly like it sounds. You click pin to the top and it'll take that post and it'll keep it at the top of your timeline. This is amazing because if the prospect goes to your page and likes your cover photo, interesting. Likes your profile, interesting. Then their eye goes to your last what? Post. Well, now you can control what your last post permanently is by selecting what you want to pin to the top. Everybody go, aha. You guys, I'm telling you, this last update makes our lives as promoters so much easier if you understand how to use what they just did. How many of you guys like the concept of highlighting and pin to the top, right? How many of you guys like the fact that they give you this huge, big photo just to attract all the ADDers? Huh, what's that, right? Cool concepts. There's milestones, which means you can mark certain things as milestones on your timeline. That way, if people decide to go search through your timeline deeper, it helps control the things that they're looking at. And the biggest thing I'm going to say on timeline, and we'll move on this topic, images and photos rule. Okay? Images and photos rule. You got to start getting good at posting photos with your posts. You guys already know this stuff as users. You go down your homepage. What does your eyes naturally gravitate to? Everybody? Have you noticed over the last couple months that people don't even post quotes anymore? Now they post images of quotes. You guys know what I'm talking about? This is new. This is new stuff. This is all since the last time I trained this 90 days ago. That's how fast the world's moving. People used to post quotes every day and you used to read the quotes. Now you don't read any of the quotes unless it's a giant picture that grabs your attention. Get it? So you got to be image driven. Okay, so everybody, is that a few good tips on timeline? Say yes.